Hello, welcome. My name is Hugo Mega, and this is Soul Body Light, my opportunity to share with you some things that I'm passionate about. I'm a transformational coach. I do dream therapy, and I am a movement yoga teacher. And today I would like to share with you a dynamic practice to get us back into the body. And also because today is the full moon, I would like us to go into a stronger flow, a stronger engagement of the body with this awareness of the moon's strength and the Scorpio energy, because I'm passionate about astrology and I love how these two energies of above and the present below where we live, how they interact and how can we make best use of them. So you may need a strap or a belt for today's practice. You can also have a block or a stack of books, however you would like to support yourself if needed. And just one thing that is most important for me when we're doing embodied physical practices is that you always pay attention to your own experience, and regardless of what I say and suggest, reminding yourself that this is only my suggestion, but it's ultimately the way it feels in your body that you should follow it. And in that perspective, we'll see how we focus more on the functions of the movements and muscle groups rather than shapes and alignments that we may be more familiar with. So just get into your body, shake it out, find a comfortable sitting position of your choice, and just take a full deep breath in when you're ready. Breathing in through your nose, filling up your lungs, letting it all expand, and exhaling it out with a sound through your mouth. Allowing your whole body to drop and to relax into that. And take another one. Breathe in, full breath in. And just relax. And this time a little softer. Inhale and exhale out through your mouth. Just taking this moment to arrive, to connect, and to connect to your breath, to its natural rhythm, in the knowing and in the trusting that when the breath finds its natural rhythm, whatever is not in place within your body tends to find its place. So just let and allow yourself to find your natural space, your natural rhythm, your natural alignment. Allowing your breath to flow naturally in and out, in through the nose, maybe out through the mouth, or how you feel most comfortable for you today. But bringing your awareness to the level of your chest and just witness and feel your breath from there. And bring your awareness deeper with the exhalation, coming down onto your belly and just feeling your breath from there. Cultivating this witnessing, this observational quality. And going even deeper into the body with the exhalation. Bring your awareness down onto your pelvis. Finding your ground here today. And as you rest and sit in this place, in this rooted space of your pelvis, exhale out through your mouth and let all thoughts, all worries, all that doesn't belong to you right now be exhaled out through your mouth. You may imagine it as if you're blowing a light smoke, feeling and seeing it all drift away from you. and being transformed by nature, by plant life around you. All that doesn't belong to you right now, let it all drift away as you exhale. And as you exhale out through your mouth, allow yourself to expand, letting yourself become wider and fuller, softer. With each exhalation, imagining you becoming wider, taking more space, having more space within and around you. And one more time, exhale and feel yourself drop down into the seat, but also expanding outwards and away, feeling the space within you and around you. Taking this moment to feel and connect to what is alive within you. Bringing your awareness to this fullness of the moon, knowing how full moon tends to intensify our experience, our perception, our awareness. And inviting here this quality of Scorpio that is the focus and the depth of this awareness. So allowing yourself to go deep and receive from within what is alive in you right now. And whatever you encounter, may that be positive or slightly more negative, just observe it with this quality of non-attachment. As whatever you encounter right now does not define you, does not make you who you are. It's just informing you of what you are navigating right now. Name it. Become familiar with how it feels in your body. Where do you feel it? What is the emotion? What is the feeling? And when you know, when you've named it for yourself, take a deep breath into it and exhale it out through your mouth as you surrender it to the moon, as you surrender it to the natural flow of life. May we turn it to light. Whatever we find, may we turn it into light within us. Exhaling out through your mouth, bring one hand to your chest, bring one hand to your lower belly, maybe at the level of your navel, of your belly button. Feeling both palms in your body, feeling the fluctuations of your breath, the pulsations of your heart, the vibrations of your body. And with each full moon comes the opportunity to let go, to release, to surrender and to yield. So take this moment to choose, to set an intention of what is it that you're surrendering, letting go, giving back to the flow of life, giving it back to the moon. And may this physical practice support us in moving this energy from within, from the depth of our body, out into the surface, so that we can release it more easily, with more conscious and more awareness of it. Take a deep breath in to chant the mantra Om once, letting it vibrate and echo within and around you. Bringing the hands to prayer. And bowing to yourself, to the intentions of your practice. And bowing to the guidance of our body. May we follow that voice and that awareness from within us today. You may lower your hands. You may blink your eyes open, looking down. And when you're ready, lifting the gaze, looking forward. Let's connect to our body. So let's find our way towards an all-fours position. So in an all-fours position, just take a moment to shift from one hand to the other, from one knee to the other. And then just take this moment to articulate your spine, arching, bringing your chest forward. And then exhaling, pressing the heels of the hands down into the ground, your shins into the floor, around your spine. Inhale, bring your heart forward, open chest. And exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae from the tail, tuck it down and inwards, rounding the spine, press the floor. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth, draw the navel, lower belly into the spine, push it in and keep it there. Inhale, keep that navel to the spine as you arch, as you open, bringing your chest forward. And exhale, round the spine, keep drawing that navel into the spine once more. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, press down, push, push, push. Inhale here. And this time exhale into a child's pose. You may bring your big toes closer together. You may choose to have the knees closer to you or further apart, whatever supports your pelvis better. And you may choose to have your arms forward or slightly more open, closer to you. Just bring yourself back down, turning into this closed, introspective space. Remember this shape as a moment and a space for you to come to rest anytime you need through this practice. From here, look forward, stretch your arms to the front and dive all the way down onto your belly. And then here, you can have your arms slightly in front of you. You can lean towards your left side of the body, bend the right leg, and come to catch it with your foot, with your hand catching your foot. If ever this is not available, feel free to find a strap and use it as a leverage to get closer to the foot. And then from here, exhale to pull the heel towards your buttocks and maybe to lower your head down towards the ground. Feel that quad, the quadricep, the thigh muscles starting to stretch. And if ever you'd like to add a back bend sensation, energizing the spine, you can come to your forearm, finding a sphinx, maybe grabbing from the inside of the foot to get more space for your shoulder, or allowing yourself to push it down or pull it in, or sliding your hand down closer to the knee. Maybe inviting here a slight pull of the elbow towards your chest if you're finding your back bend. Have another deep, full breath here. And exhale, release softly down. Just wiggle your pelvis from side to side. And then we change for the second leg. Bend the left knee, reach back to grab the foot, pulling it closer to your hip to find a stretch at the front of your thigh, the front of your leg. Option to stay with the head down. Option if you'd like to press into your forearm to find your way into a back bend, and feel free to adjust your arm in whatever way that supports you. Feel free to use your strap or your belt to get closer to the foot. And if you're finding your back bend, maybe draw in this elbow closer to you, lifting crown of the head up, chest forward. As you continue to pull that foot closer to your buttocks, finding a stretch to the front of the body, maybe the front of your chest, belly, and thigh. Keep sending crown of the head up, long neck. Have a deep breath in. And exhale, release down. You may bend both knees and just wiggle them from side to side. Releasing your legs back, bring both hands underneath your shoulders. Press up into an all-fours position and press back down. And from here, look forward and let's dive. And as you dive, brush your chest through the floor as close as you can to find a baby cobra. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, press to a flat back. And exhale all the way back to child's pose. Diving forward and up to baby cobra or to a cobra if it feels good for your spine, any level. And then exhale either down to the floor or all the way down to a child's pose. Inhaling forward and up. Exhaling down or back. Taking your time to flow through this wave. A couple more times at your own rhythm. Feeling the activation of the spine, the activation of the shoulders, of the arms. Maybe one more time, inhaling to dive. And exhale to press back to a child's pose. Inhaling forward onto your hands, tuck your toes under and lift up into a plank posture. Maybe adjust your hands slightly more to the front, underneath your shoulders. You can bring the hands underneath or slightly wider apart. You can let your fingers turn outwards if it supports you. As long as you can find a strong push down so that you're not sinking into the shoulders, but finding space behind you. Allow your heels to press back. Inhale here. And then exhale, bend the knees without touching your mat. Bring your chest as close as you can to the thighs. Maybe extend or keep your knees bent as you push back. And then ripple your spine forward to your hands. And exhale, press it back. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. Navigating this wave. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling. Exhaling. One more time, inhale all the way up. And exhale to a downward facing dog. Here, push into your downward dog. Feel free to keep bending through the knees to keep the chest closer to the thighs, but start to hug the floating ribs in, containing the chest in the direction of your back. Keep pushing your arms forward. If you'd like to send the sit bones up to the ceiling and draw your heels in the direction of the floor, have another deep full breath here. Push your shoulders to the ears. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe walk your feet forward towards your hands. Keep the feet hip width apart. Bend the knees. Inhale. Open up the chest. And exhale. Fold forward. Bend the knees. Two more times. Inhale. Open up. And exhale. And one more time. Open up. And exhale, bend the knees, roll all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up, bring your shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, shoulders back and down. And here, let's find a wave, arch back, bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees, come onto the tippy toes, lower down, and then exhale, sit down, round your spine, and come back up. Inhaling, up, 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 arch, bending the knees, lower the knees forward, forward, as slow as you can to sit down and round your spine. Inhaling here, shoulders to the ears, find the back bend, lower, slowly with control, slowly with control, slowly with control, and down. Two more times, inhaling up, slowly at your rhythm, going as low as you can, as low as feels comfortable for your hips and your knees. Lowering down, one more time. And slowly down, feeling the activation of the thighs. And down, find a forward fold. Here, inhale out of the Uttanasana, open the chest. And exhale, fold forward, hands down to the ground, step back to your plank posture. Inhale here, push the floor. Exhale, option to lower the knees down to the ground or float. Find your own variations to lower down, baby cobra, or come on up into a cobra. And tuck your toes under and find your downward facing dog. Inhaling here, push the floor away, push the mat away, draw the ribs into the spine, shoulders in the directions of the ears, strong push, long arms, sit bones up, inhale, and exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat, open up halfway, lift, and exhale to fold forward, bend the knees, stretch your arms forward and up, all the way up, 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 and exhale, fold forward, swan dive, lift halfway, open, inhale, and exhale, hands down to the ground, step back to your plank posture, do your options, lowering the knees or not, maybe even a chaturanga, lowering down as you shift the weight forward, maybe changing for an upward facing dog or cobra variations, the shoulders rolling away, long neck, inhale, and exhale, find your way into a plank and pass towards a downward facing dog. And just breathe here. Have another deep, full breath. And as a dedication to this full moon in Scorpio, we're going to be exploring this idea of the tail up. So let's inhale, lift the right leg up to the ceiling as far as you can. Bend the knee, open the hip like that angry tail of the Scorpio, pointing your toes. Push away, draw the belly in, lift the knee up, 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 and exhale, shift the weight forward, and place this foot to the front. Help with your hand if you need. If you have sensitive knees, fold the mat, and then lower back knee down to the ground. And now here, feel, where does it feel more comfortable for you? Maybe this leg is not right in front of you, but it could be more slightly out to the side. As long as you feel that it's not bringing a compression or pain sensation here, we kind of want to feel that is opening through the lower inner leg and the back hip flexor. Now here, low lunge, let's bring both arms up. Notice how the back naturally arches, and exhale to hug the floating ribs in and invite a pushing downwards so that you're creating a little gap here between the thigh and the chest. Keep lifting yourself up, inhale. And then exhale, fold forward, bring your hands down to the ground or to your blocks. Maybe extend this leg more or not. Maybe the hands come on the inside of the leg instead. Maybe you can flex this foot as you fold forward. Inhale, come onto the front, but as you come forward, bend the back knee. Bend the back knee and find this contraction of the hamstrings. Maybe you can lift either the arms up. If that's too much, keep the hands on your knee or even the hands on the ground. Inhaling here, finding a back bend, whatever level you choose. Exhale, folding forward, hands down to the ground, folding into the leg. Maybe inhaling to your options, finding a float or not, keep pressing into the floor, and then maybe exhale, these arms come all the way back and you don't touch the floor in front of you. If you need support, then do so, especially if you have really tight hamstrings. Flowing here as you can, inhaling, open, find this squeezing contraction of the back leg. Exhale, fold forward, use your core balance. One more time, inhale, lifting up, pulling up that pelvic floor, lifting up, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, shift to the front, bend that front knee, plant your hands into the ground, lift the back knee off the floor, and step back to your plank posture. Inhale there. Option to go straight to a downward facing dog or your vinyasa of your choice. Lowering down, safe back bend choices for you, long neck. And exhaling, passing through your plank to your downward facing dog. Straight away, it's the left leg that goes up. Lift, 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 lift. Bend that knee. Open the hip. Feel the opposition of the right heel and the left knee away from one another. Press away, suck the ribs in, inhaling. And exhale, step to the front. Help with your hand if you need to. Lower this back knee down to the ground. Again, reminder, pad with the mat or a blanket if you need. Find your way into your low lunge. Remembering that you can adjust this leg in and out, more in front of you or more out to the side, as long as it gives space to your hip without compressing here at the front top. And then wherever you choose to be, suck the belly in, find a little gap of space, engagement between the thigh and the torso. Inhale here, And then exhale, let's fold forward. Hands to the ground on the inside of the leg or framing the foot. Maybe flexing this, going as low as feels comfortable for you. Maybe using your blocks. Inhaling forward. Option to stay with the hands down. Try to bend this back knee towards you. Option to bring the hands to the knee and find a back bend, or even floating the arms up. Inhale. And then exhale, hands down to the ground. Fold forward. Inhaling to the front. Your options. Lift, lift, lift. Maybe this time, exhale, you shift back. Maybe you don't touch the floor. Inhale. Moving slow with control. Feeling the engagement, the active, strengthening motion we're going through. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling one more time. Lift up and exhale. Back, flexing the foot or not. Inhale, bend the front knee. Hands down to the ground. Tuck your back toes under. Lift back to a plank. Inhale there. Option to go to downward dog. Option to do your vinyasa, lowering down. Opening up through your back bend choice when you're ready. Exhaling into your downward facing dog. Just taking a moment here to push the floor forward, to draw the navel into the spine. Very nice. Another deep, full, wide breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale out through your mouth with a sound. A little sigh or big sigh. If you want more stability, you can bring the feet closer together. If it helps you to have the feet apart, then do so. We'll lift the right leg up to the ceiling. Inhale. And then exhale, shift it forward. Maybe you touch the right elbow with that knee. Inhaling up, lift, 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 lift. Exhaling forward. Inhaling up. Exhaling forward. And inhaling up, 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 up. And exhale forward. Hold it here. Inhale. Exhale, lower down to your wrist. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down to the wrist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, hold it there, hold it there, hold it here. Inhale, lift all the way up, 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 up. And exhale, foot forward. Now from here, feel free to take a step to the front with your back toes, adjust this, and find your way up into your high lunge. In this high lunge, notice your back foot. The tendency is that the ankle falls out, so bring the weight onto the big toe mound. Bring yourself up. Draw this navel, inhale here, and then exhale, fold forward, bring your arms back, don't touch the ground. Inhale, lift up, 2 more. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. And exhale, forward. Last one, inhale, lift. Find the back bend, open, 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 open your arms to the sides, and exhale, hands to the floor. Step it back to a plank, hold it there. Flex that knee, flex the foot. In your plank posture, start to push. Push that right heel up. Push the right heel up. Push the right heel up. Inhale from here. Start to shift your heart forward to find an upward facing dog plank variation. Lifting this foot up. Inhale, maybe point the toe. Bring it up, inhale. Exhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Shift forward to your plank if you'd like a vinyasa, or stay in your downward facing dog. And flow through your breath. Safe options. And exhaling. Taking breaks whenever you feel like it. Pausing this video at any time. Remembering this is your practice. Having another deep, full breath here. And from there, let's lift. The left leg goes up. Feel free to bring the feet closer together for more balance if you need. And then exhale when you're ready. Shift this left knee forward. Touch your elbow. Inhaling up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, shift it forward. 3-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, forward. Last one, inhale, lift. And exhale, forward. Hold it there. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale. exhale, inhale, exhale. Do it dynamic. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down, last one. Inhale, lift, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Three-legged dog. And exhale, foot forward. Help with your hand if you need. Feel free to adjust the distance, the alignment of your feet, maybe getting more space between them. And then inhale for your high lunge. Once again, pay attention to your back heel. Don't let it fall out. Pull it in. We're drawing into the big toe mountain, pushing back through the heel. Drawing this lower navel into the spine. Long arms, inhale. And exhale, fold forward, don't touch the ground. Bring your arms back. Inhale, lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. And inhale to lift. Find the back bend. Open the chest, open the chest, open the chest. Bring your arms around and exhale. Hands down to the ground. Step back to your plank, floating this left leg. Pushing the ground, option to stay here. Maybe start to bend that left knee, flex the foot, and start to press up. And as you do, squeezing that glute, drawing the navel in, heart forward, inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale to point the toe up, and from there shift into your back bend. Start to lower the pelvis, bring the heart forward, bring this leg up, up, up. Inhale, exhale, three-legged dog. And downward facing dog, option to stay or option to flow. Inhaling forward, lowering down, opening up safely, your choices, into your downward facing dog. Very nice. Have another deep full breath here. And from there, maybe you want to bring your feet closer together for more stability. Let's lift the right leg up. And let's exhale, step the foot forward. Help it to come wherever it feels best for you. And this time, truly fold the mat maybe once, maybe twice, because we're going to be needing a little bit of extra padding for the back knee. And this is where a strap or a belt may come handy, and the block as well. So we're going to go into what I call a scorpion low lunge. So it's a bind, but you don't have to go for any of the variations. You can stay along the way where it feels best for you. So option number one, you just stay here, and maybe you find the left arm going up as you sink all the way into a side stretch, so that it's the hip flexor that is opening here on the left side. Option number two, you start turning into a twist. So you're turning towards your left leg. And maybe there you can start to bend that left knee, and you can find the strap around the foot, helping it to support. You can create a loop of any choice and just stay here. Option to have the hand down on a block for more stability next to you, in front of you, or forearm to the knee. Option to start pulling this back leg in, and you can choose your variation. Option to simply just work off the hamstrings and the glute, keeping it close. This might give you a cramp, and that's okay. That's the body understanding what's going on and finding new muscular and neural connections in your body. Option to really pull that in, and also to find your way to maybe bring the foot towards the inside of your elbow. Option to stay here. Maybe option to, wherever you are, start lifting this right arm up to the ceiling, finding a balance, or maybe even finding a bind. If this is part of your practice, any of the variations will do. No need to go too extreme. Have another deep full breath here. And exhale, really slowly with control. Shifting this out to the side, stepping into a plank. Option to flow or option to go straight to your downward dog. Feel free to just walk it out on the spot, feeling the difference between both of your legs. Take a deep breath in. And we go for a second side. We'll lift the left leg up, 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 up. And we'll exhale it forward. Stepping it where you feel comfortable, folding your mat once, maybe even twice, to lower this back knee down to the ground and shifting your props around to where they may fit you and support you best. Option number one, you just stay in your lower lunge and maybe extending this right arm up. You go for a side body stretch, feeling all of this chain, muscular chain here opening. Option to start turning it into a twist, open twist. Option to have your hand down to blocks or to the floor, wherever it supports you. Option to use your look to find your foot in any level, or option to use your hand to pull this foot closer to you. So the sensation that we're looking for is at the front of the right chest and hip, the right side. So if you feel that stretch, then good, you're doing this right, no need to go too extreme. But if ever it's part of your practice to go for binds and going for deeper stretches and sensations, feel free to let this foot slide towards your elbow, maybe finding just this, maybe even lifting that up arm, finding your way into a back bend, maybe seeing if the hands could connect or not. This is not the goal, it's just an option, a variation. So choosing where you'd like to be. One more deep, full breath. And exhale to release slowly with control. Taking your time. Just moving my props out. Stepping into a plank posture, either straight to downward dog or one last vinyasa. Little flow of your choice. Into your downward facing dog. Just take a moment here to neutralize the back by pushing away, by drawing this front body in, sending the sit bones up and away, your heels down, maybe even your toes could lift slightly off the ground. Pushing the shoulders in the directions of the ears, really finding this long line from the wrist to the hip, almost as if you're doing a handstand. And then exhale. Find your way into a child's pose. Knees down to the ground. Option to bring forehead to the wrists and back of the hands. Or option to have the knees closer together if it feels healthy for your hips. And have the arms behind you. Taking a few breaths in your choice of variation of child's pose. Having another deep full breath. And when you're ready, just shifting your weight slightly up and to one of your sides, to bring your legs out and around. So we worked a lot with the hamstrings, so let's give the hamstrings a stretch. Keep your right leg in front of you straight, bend the left knee, keep it, the foot, anywhere on the inside of the leg that feels good for you. And know that this right leg doesn't have to be right in front of you, it can actually be slightly out to the side, wherever it's going to help you fold. So according to your own pelvis, notice where does it feel more accessible, knowing that we're not going for this stretch right here, we're going for this stretch. So as long as you feel this stretch on the back of your leg, then this is correct. Hands next to you, press down into the floor. This is going to be a very active stretch. So turn your toes towards you, flexing the foot, maybe almost even lifting the heel off the ground. Lift both your arms up to the ceiling, lengthen up, inhale. Exhale, lean as far forward as you can, reaching out, out, out. Inhale to come back up. Two more. Exhale to go forward in the direction of the leg. Inhale, lift. And exhale, forward. Last one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, forward. Let's hold it here. Reaching out. Make the sides of the body as long as you can. Back of the neck as long as you can. Inhale. Inhale. See if you can pull the toes slightly more towards you. Inhale. And exhale. Release the hands down to the ground. Fold forward. If it really supports you, feel free to find a strap pour your hands around the foot, or maybe just allow yourself to start yielding and surrendering to this stretch by letting the foot maybe flop a little outwards. Maybe your knee is slightly bent, and you just let yourself round and hang down into gravity, letting yourself surrender into this stretch. Allowing it to be a bit more passive than before, definitely softer than the rhythm from this class. Allowing yourself to start returning to a more natural rhythm. Reminding yourself that when the breath finds its natural rhythm, whatever is not in place within the body tends to find its place. So allow your body to return to its place with the breath, with your surrendering. Have another deep, full breath. Exhaling it out through your mouth with a sigh. You can walk your hands closer to you. Rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae to come up. To release, help with your hands to bring this left knee in, extending this leg out. To change the legs. So bending now the right knee, keeping the left leg straight, either in front or slightly out to the side. We'll bring both arms up to the ceiling, lengthen yourself up. If it helps you more, then push down into the ground, inhaling here. And then exhaling, going forward in the direction of the leg. Inhaling up. Exhaling forward. Keep the legs straight and active. Inhaling up. Exhaling forward. And last one, inhaling up. And exhale forward. Hold it there. Keep it long. Keep reaching. Keep it active. Keep pulling the toes towards you. The leg is straight. Another deep full breath. Inhale. And exhale. Surrender. Soft. Round. Let it go. Again, if it supports you, feel free to use your strap or hold the foot. But maybe, just maybe, allow yourself to surrender into a more passive, easy, soft stretch. Having another deep, full breath, rounding through your whole spine. And exhaling to return. Rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Helping your right leg in and extending it out. And maybe just softening forward, maybe letting your forearms stay on your legs as you round. Maybe you can use a prop and release both elbows to the block and head to the hands or to the block in any way that helps you find this time truly a softer variation. The knees may bend. For my pelvis, my hips, I need to keep the feet quite wide apart. So notice for you what feels natural and easier for you to fold forward. Some of us might need to elevate the pelvis, adjust the distance, bring the feet closer together or further apart. So notice for yourself what supports you. And when you do find that space, just melt into it for a couple more breaths. Either supporting the forehead or letting it pull you, letting it draw you and guide you into this relaxation, into this stretch. Noticing and accepting all of the strong sensations you may be experiencing as part of this practice, as part of your healing, and part of your letting go. Each breath you release out through your mouth, a next opportunity to surrender, to let go. Have another deep, full breath. And exhaling out through your mouth with a sigh. Turn your hands down and roll up from where you are, vertebrae by vertebrae. Maybe taking a moment back to just press through your hands to lift the chest up, lengthening the lumbar spine. And then exhale to release, finding your way to lay down on the ground. Maybe hugging both knees into your chest, swinging gently from side to side. Option to place the feet to the floor and release the knees to the side. Or option to bring the knees closer together. The more you bring the knees to the chest, maybe the stronger this twist sensation will be. So you choose the level you would like to stay in this twist. Just relaxing a couple more times here, a little bit longer. Still focusing and emphasis on this surrender, on this release, on this letting go. And slowly, gradually changing to your second side, shifting both knees towards the other twist. Just allowing yourself to rest and surrender there. Still in this allowance and this acceptance of a softer, more natural rhythm. Letting your body return to an easy alignment. Exhale out through your mouth with a sound. And return to center, hugging both knees into your chest. And either choosing to surrender into a Shavasana relaxation or to come into a seated position. And I'll share some words, some thoughts, some images. Allow yourself to just navigate through those. Accept them, observe them, relax into them. If you choose not to do your Shavasana now, feel free to follow and continue with your Shavasana afterwards, after you finish this video. Because Shavasana is truly the most healing moment of this practice, where we allow our body to return to a healthier alignment, where after all this effort, investment, we may receive the wisdom of the body, the healing of the body. So wherever you choose to be, exhale out through your mouth with your eyes closed. Fully relaxing into the shape you've chose. And as you exhale out through your mouth, bring your awareness and your mind to a celebration. Full moon is a time of completeness, of fullness, of richness. And with our opportunity to let go, there is also the opportunity to celebrate. So receive from within you, from your intuition, from your wisdom, What is it that you're celebrating right now? And allow that the first idea, thought, image, memory that comes to you to be the one you pay attention to. If you don't see what you're celebrating, if it doesn't come to you, then reformulate this question to what is it that you're grateful for? Allow it to come from the depth of within you. Allow the light to shine upon it as you receive. As you don't search, but you just receive that wisdom from within you. Here in Brussels, where I currently am, we are on our first stage of coming out of this confinement. And I find this a beautiful metaphor to what the moon is guiding us. The sign of Scorpio is a water sign. It's a fixed sign. So there's this idea of still, deep waters. And as the full moon shines the light on them, on the waters, there's this opportunity to let go, to come back to the surface, return to the light, to free ourselves from what has been containing us, releasing ourselves from this stagnation. So may we celebrate that too. May we celebrate all of the wisdom we received during this confinement period, all the learning. And may all this wisdom, light, learning guide us on this new path, on this new journey to what's ahead. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out with a sound. You may bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Connecting to your body, to your breath, to the pulsation of your heart, to the vibration of your energy. Taking this moment to thank yourself for connecting, for listening, for moving, for strengthening, for letting go, for releasing, for celebrating. And together we'll close this practice, chanting once, vibrating it, either internally or loudly as you prefer, the mantra Om. Take a deep breath in. Gently release the hands to prayer. Releasing the forehead to your fingers as you bow to yourself, as you bow to the wisdom within you, the wisdom that comes to following our natural rhythms. I thank you so much for joining me, for joining this practice. Namaste. So, once again, thank you. And feel free to pause now this video if you want to continue your relaxation, your Shavasana. Otherwise, this was my first video like this, sharing with you. So your feedback is very valuable and important to me. So feel free to let me know what you think of this practice. What would you need? How can I support you best? In the comments below. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to continue following and sharing this practice with those who you like. I'm also available for transformational coaching and dream therapy. I'm passionate about dreams. So if you're curious about your night dreams, your daydreams, and want to work with it, write me a message. We can have a free chemistry session where we just talk and you understand my work and I can introduce it to you. If ever you'd like to practice together, this coming Friday, let me just see what date it is. This next Friday, I don't find a date. So this next Friday, there will be the live classes on Zoom with Y Yoga Studios. So yyoga.be, book via Mind Body, and join me for a yin yang class where we still will explore this deep nature of the full moon in Scorpio. And if you'd like, also join me on Sunday for a yin yoga practice, still also live on Zoom. Book via Mind Body or the website www.yyoga.be. This is a beautiful, fantastic studio that I support for many years, that it's been my home here in Brussels. So check them out. Follow them, Y Yoga Studios, on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Hugo Mega Light on Insta. And yeah, stay tuned to my offerings. I also do men's circles, so if that interests you, follow at Male Identities on Instagram as well. Many blessings to your way. Thank you again for joining, for supporting, for sharing the light, your light, and namaste.